G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 25 of my Lightning Deceiver playthrough with Dave the Deceiver here. Um, this episode we're going to be basically smashing through the rest of this expansion. So we'll be finishing up the city of Malmouth. I'll be killing the big ugly ethereal in the fleshworks there. And then depending on how we're doing for time, we may get started on the first half of Forgotten Gods. Very unlikely that I'm going to finish the rest of the campaign today, but, you know, maybe if we rush, it could happen. Yeah, I'm not going to rush. It's not going to happen. But we can get through the city of Malmouth for sure. So, let's head on out and see if, now that I don't need it anymore, we can get one of those ascended, what are they called? Ascended vestments. Get one of those to drop. That would be great. This guy here, right here, might drop one. He didn't. But the mages, basically. There is a list of enemies that can drop it. Before I do this, let's just go over here a little bit and see if I can't see where the wagon that I'm going to need to find is. Alright, helps if you stand in the circle of you can't hurt me. Let's throw a storm box on you. Let's throw a ascended vestment. There we go. So, like I was saying, now that I don't need this, I wonder if it's going to drop. Right, so the astral robes here, getting the damage proc is a pretty big deal, and I'm probably not going to use it. However, let me just hang out here in my Inquisitor's seal, and let's have a little bit of a comparison. So, armor-wise, this has 4 individual points of armor more. Okay, who cares? Has 36% elemental damage instead of 64. We're converting vitality to elemental instead of aether to elemental. That's, again, a bit of a nothing burger. This does have offensive and defensive ability on top of the astral robes. Now, that's the offensive is from the of attack suffix. They both got some energy regen. This has very slightly more. Also has some casting speed, which, I mean, honestly, who cares? Definitely, I think, could swap based on resistances. I don't think that would make any big deal. And if I put this on, I got +3 to Inquisitor's Seal, which does need to be reduced by 1 already. So I could get 2 skill points out of this, actually, if I swapped it over. Is 2 skill points, or is it 1 additional skill point, worth not having the Elemental Blast? I think probably not. The Elemental Blast, I'm actually only getting about a little bit more than a third of this damage. Because it's elemental, about a third of that is going to be lightning. But it does have main hand damage, which, I mean, 24 to 70. If I had an up-to-date weapon, that would do more. This is a good defensive proc as well, so I'm actually not going to swap that. What I will do, though, is go and take that skill point out. I'm wondering how long that's been just hanging out doing literally nothing. So let's go ahead and swap that over. Okay, so I would have got actually 3 points, not 2. And hang on, we want to put points in there. Yeah, it's maxed out. I think most of the things that I want to put points into are kind of done. 11 of 12 is a soft cap, or not a soft cap. What do you call it? Where it stops scaling. There's a specific term for it. I'm blanking on it at the moment. It's yeah, I got nothing. Another point in here doesn't get me any more less damage from Chthonics and Eldritch, so I mean 2 points will get me 1%. It's kind of not worth it. These are also at the soft caps, which, I mean, yeah, you get more bonuses out of them for sure. Everybody needs more health, so absolutely could bring this up to 13. Same deal with this. More damage is always more damage. So actually 1 point in there, still getting me 1% per point. So this is not a bad idea. Pretty much everything else, I think, is largely done. Arcane Empowerment is an okay option. It does give crit damage, which is good. The all damage is very low percentage. It's kind of like, who cares? and the flat damage is largely not applied to our main damage. So this doesn't have any weapon damage percentage on it, so I can't use that. Potentially we could go with Deadly Aim. I am leaning towards just maxing Word of Renewal line. I'm also actually thinking this is not a bad idea. This Blood of Drig gives offensive ability, so I will probably max this out, and I will probably max out this line, especially since this is +4 skill points on here, so this will actually go up to 16, which is not a bad idea. It is defensive ability for upgrading that though, so we'll go with Blood of Drig. Also, if I do chuck that on, one, it ruins the drip. Absolutely ruined. Actually, that's kind of not bad. It's not horrible. And I would get an extra point back here. 1 point or... hang on. Yeah, it should just be 1 point, right? Yeah, maths is hard. 14 plus 8, usually 22. So I could take another one out of here and put it into Blood of Drig, keeping this at 22 out of 12. Maybe if I find a better one. I think I may do that. For now, though, let's go and actually kill some stuff. I've been waffling about that change for a while, and I didn't end up doing it, so... Let's go ahead and get back into this. I know I did go back there to take the skill points out, so it's kind of not why I was there, but still, you know, didn't happen. Alright, so I came over here looking for the wagon. The wagon was not where it normally is, so it's probably on the other side of the river over here. Which is fine, because I am going to be heading over there. And obviously, you can never have enough 8th crystals, so let's go ahead and grab some of them. And also, we'll see if Nico wants to die today. What do you mean yours? Calm down, I don't mean I'm not one of those monsters. I can get you to the sewers. Okay, he's chosen life. I think it's been a couple of characters now, or maybe a couple of runs now, since he's decided not to commit death by main character. Ascendant Source of Insanity, okay. I'm still playing the Drain Essence Apostate in my head. Still looking out for those drops. Maybe help these guys along. And you know what? Do I want to go over there for the totem? I kind of do. I do enjoy a good totem. That skill is indeed not ready. And can't walk through walls, unfortunately. Come on, let me out of here. There we go. Alright, finally got there. And here we go. Alright. Totem. I love me some totem, as I'm sure everybody knows by now. So, let's clear the area. Playing hardcore, it is always preferable to clear the area. But, you know, it's kind of whatever. We got Reborn, we got Frozen. Yeah, all of this stuff is fine. Turn the loot off so I can see what's going on. What are you? You're Reborn again. And down he goes. I see, or I think I heard a legendary. Yep, I did indeed. Devil's Cage Horberk is actually not terrible. What else we got? Alchemist Mantle, Cruel Edge. I think probably none of this. A couple of Mutant Bludgeons. Haven't seen them for a while. They generally drop in like Act 1 and 2 from the Ethereals. Alright, Devil's Cage. I'm not strong enough to equip this. Even if I was, I think I'd rather have the skill points in Inquisitor Seal, so I probably wouldn't use it anyway. In fact, I definitely wouldn't. The Devil's Cage is interesting in that you can cage things so they can't hit you. It's good for kiting, I guess I'll say. And I have used it on several other builds. But it doesn't really work too well here. Alright, level 86. Let's just do what everyone knows I'm going to do. Do it the easy way. Throw some lightning on these fools. And actually, I need to head up this way, don't I? Potentially there's a wagon this way. I don't actually think there will be. I Okay, old mate is reflective, which is not ideal. Let's go ahead and curse him. We'll throw the button on him, and he should just die now. There we go. What are you? Devourer of Dreams. Okay. That really didn't do much to him, did it? Manirin's a nice ring for a physical build. If only I was playing a physical build. Was that mythical as well? Yeah, it was. Level 84. This is max level. Well, I mean, anything mythical is going to be the highest version of it. What do we got? We got Vitality, we got Aether, we got Bleeding and Physical. Yeah, Poison and Acid Res as well. I mean, this isn't horrible, but definitely for a physical build, which this is not. Any more mages in there? I don't see any. One thing with the mages, which actually I was wrong, Alana Everfreeze is one of the ones that can drop the Ascendant items. Didn't drop me one, so I am going to be keeping an eye out for those robes. If I get good affixes, I may end up using them. But for the moment, I do like that Elemental Blast. Just checking for a treasure trove. Didn't get one, unfortunately. That's alright. There are other places to check. Didn't get one here. I don't actually know if it can drop there, but hey, we got the wagon. Which is, you know, the reason I come this way. Just duck off the map here for a second, grab the hidden loot. Windings of Bismail, very important to have multiple copies of spares on a non-pet build. Eventually I'm going to stop hoarding all those components. Usually what happens is I'll just chuck them all in the stash, and then when I transfer this character into my main file, once it's done, any component stack that goes to 1,000, I just vendor it. Right, so we just dropped a double rare. Tempest of Arcane Lore is actually quite good. Anytime you guys want to go away, that'd be great. So Tempest is elemental, and Arcane Lore is also, I'm pretty sure, elemental. If this was on an Ascended Vestment, I would be absolutely over the moon right now. Unfortunately, it's on a heavy chest that I can't use even if I want to, and I kind of do. It doesn't have the skill points, but it's a nice double rare with focus that's actually relevant, which doesn't happen very often. Let's get in the circle of You Can't Hurt Me. And I'm definitely going the wrong way here. Well, wrong is maybe not the right word, but definitely not the way I normally go, shall we say. Alright, we'll take this guy out. Yeah. I'm just looking for the robes at this point, I think. Oh, and XP. I definitely still like XP. What do we got here? We got Intestinus. Kaboom. Dager's Hood. Nice little acid build there, or acid set. Killing hordes of the Magi here, and not getting much in the way of loot for it. Or at least not much in the way of Ascended Vestments. I'm going to admit, I kind of don't expect to get more than a couple of them. Was deliberately farming for them a little while ago and never saw even a single one of them drop. So, I mean, take it for what it is, right? Alright, let's go kill the big boy. May as well kill off a couple of these mages as well, why not? Alright, where am I going? Yeah, it is this one. Had a feeling I was being followed. Turns out I was. Alright, let's grab all these guys. Did Bolag just activate there? He didn't. Good. So all of his friends can just sort of die over here. And now we'll go deal with him. I'm really bad at keeping those active. He's definitely dying quite nicely. I'm seeing my health kind of drop down a little bit and then immediately jump straight back up. So I'm relatively happy with how tanky this character is. Definitely takes me a little while to get used to the muscle memory of 4-5. Alright, found sewers, or found survivors in sewers. We're done out here. I've blown up all the carts. I've rescued the dude. Let's head into the sewers and collect our reward. So it's done, just doing my part. Yep. I am indeed amazing. I'll get back to you, I promise. Eventually. Alright, what's the plan? I will join the attack. Absolutely. What do we got here? Rune Forged Chest Guard. +2 to lightning tether is pretty good. That would give me more lightning damage, more electrocute damage. This is tempting. It is level 94, so I can kind of hang on to it for a little bit. I was trying to sell these, not equip them. Codex of Lies. I seem to see this thing fairly regularly. I don't think I've ever used it, but I definitely see it fairly often, and I pretty much always just vendor it. Definitely can start keeping any mythical items if you want to. I would generally say don't bother keeping blues. So if I wasn't considering maybe using this later, I would just vendor it. I probably will just vendor it, but we'll see, we'll see. What do we got here? Oh, that was the Wraith. Yeah, okay. Get rid of that too. Alright, Nico, I understand. Take good care of them. Thank you for the corpse dust. More importantly, thank you for the +1/2 Hand of Altus. What do we got? Spirit, wasn't it? Spirit's on 40, Cunning's on nothing, Physique is on 50. I might just hang on to these for a while. I'll probably forget that I said this and spend it later on, but there's definitely no need to spend every single point as you get it. If I ever die, I'm going to be annoyed that those points went in Physique, but yeah, it's kind of whatever. Alright, loot goes off. Let's go stand right about here. And let's start the Doombolt spam. So this whole area is going to be fought over a little bit. Let's go. You get one of those and Doombolt, and you get one of those and Doombolt. Alright, what do we got? Oh, we've got the... Yeah, none of these guys actually tell you what they do. But, that's alright. We can just kill them. Flesh Shaper Igilver. One more Doombolt. He's going to die before he comes back. Okay, what do we get? Storm Surge Pistol. Alright, if you wanted to play a lightning pistol build, this is literally your only option until 94. From level 1 until level 94, there are exactly one lightning pistol, and it is this crafted one. Unless I missed some while I was doing my searching, while I was looking at how to level a Purifier. It's literally the only one. There are, of course, you can get whatever white bases that have lightning bonuses on them, for sure, you can get that. But as far as lightning pistols go, I'm pretty sure it's just that one. Okay, what's our next move? I will breach the gates, for sure. I will speak to the captain. Alright, what do you got in mind? I will find your supplies. Okay, let's get through this. Now, there's basically only one way to go here. And we're just going to find everything we need to find along the way. And it's just going to kind of be fine. There's not a whole lot to mention about the pathfinding or the pathing. The pathfinding, oh boy, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on stairs in this city. But the par thing, there's not a whole lot going on. You just go the one way there is to go, and that's it. Alright. Let's throw some debuffs on everybody, and we'll start doombolting the big stuff. You count as big stuff just for today, basically. And there we go, all done. Aether Cluster, I love me some Aether Crystals. Not so huge on Aether Clusters when I have so many of them. I've been accidentally pushing this for basically the entirety of this character's life since I picked up Vulnerability, or Curse of Frailty, sorry. So, yeah, I would have piles of them if I hadn't just been accidentally throwing them away. There's another one, just because. Don't need it, but, you know, I'll take it. Aether Crystal, lovely, and of course I'm going to go in here and talk to what's-his-face? Starts with a J, right? Who are you? Richter. The J is silent. Alright, so we've hit 87 here, 2 more points. Let's just go ahead and chuck them in here. More offensive ability is great because crit chance. And I guess I should maybe put some more points in Arcane Empowerment for that crit damage. Or maybe Deadly Aim also could be alright. 4 points is a little bit of a break point. That's the word I was looking for earlier. It's a break point. It's where you stop getting all of the bonuses that you were getting before, or start getting some new ones. Right, having said that, we're about to get into the most dangerous corner in the city. Not this one here, it's the next one. Depending on spawns, this could be about to get hairy. Right, we do indeed have the hairy spawns. Shouldn't be too bad if I can keep everybody sort of up there. This actually wasn't as bad as it could have been, for sure. There goes Haraxus, Gut Crush Warmaul, kind of who cares. And now the abandoned weapons are nice and safe. Alright, got him. Let's keep pushing. Got to be home for dinner by 6. Once again, being really bad about keeping Blood of Drieg active. Food ration only, that's kind of bad. Fist of Altos, I mean, if I was playing melee lightning, sure. Unfortunately, I'm not. Haraxus is already dead, so I know he's not up here, but there is a free dynamite, so I'm going to grab that. And there's also this little tornado thing here. I swear this is here every single time. Let's see if I can't lose it. I also do want to get my Exalted Stash. The Mark of the Forbidden. So what do we got here? Toxic Gas Cloud, bunch of Vitality, 2 Bloody Pox, max Elemental Resistances. That's not horrible. Not for this build so much, but not bad, for sure. You'll never get that on a build that actually wants to use it, but it's pretty good. Alright, let's spread some buttons here. Galbar, the regenerating giant baby thing. He did just get knocked away by the proc on the chest piece I'm wearing, so can't say you've never seen it trigger. Unless you weren't paying attention, of course, in which case you probably still can say that. Still no robes. Definitely going to... Hang on. Let's just drop all this over there. And now we head around the back here. Grab the hidden loot. Tempest is a pretty good prefix to be looking for. What did that actually just drop? It was gloves, wasn't it? Yeah, Tempest of Scorching's not so great. And the Runic Braces are actually pretty good, so I probably wouldn't use it anyway. I will likely be using the Runic Braces until the end. This is ultimate, so I am going to head down here and blow up the wall. I'm getting a little low on dynamite, but just craft some if need be. Let's blow that up. That's 3 of my 4 dynamite gone, which I don't love. But like I said, we can just go craft some more. It'll be fine. Okay, so we're heading into the harbor here, and there's Marcus? It's Hiram. There's Hiram hiding in plain sight with an ethereal dog, a tainted hound, at the door into your area. You are not beating the trader to humans charges here. All right, we'll stuff him in a rift and send him back to town. And keep pushing. There's another exalted stash up here that I want. Because, you know, loot. And I am going to drop a rift there. This looks juicy. He died very quickly. I am definitely not complaining, but he died quite quickly. Okay, exalted stash as well as another chest here. And some more XP. Okay, Targo's mallet. Definitely not for this build. So there we go. It's a warlord set. I wasn't thinking judgment. I was actually thinking either retaliation or cadence for some reason. So there you go. I haven't actually used that set in a build. So I'm going to give myself a pass there for not knowing. Alright, and we are getting huge numbers of the big boys here. Alright, let the Doombolt spam begin. This could take a little while, actually. Actually not too bad. That's fine. Destroy the gate, and let's head on in. So I'm going to go back and turn in a bunch of quests here, and I need to actually, before I do that, I actually need to go back, and that's why I put a rift down. Come on, Paikis, you know this. You put the rift down so you can go back. You even told everyone you put it there. Alright, I think I just wasted a... Yeah, I definitely wasted a Doombolt on someone who was immune to damage. Alright, here we go. So I want to head up this way just to rescue the other traitors to humanity. I mean, look at this. Hanging out right in front of the doorway. Nadia. If that really is your name. Okay, there we go. Now I can go back to town. We do also have the what is it? Yvonda. Yvonda's quest, which, I mean, why not? I'm right here. I've got a rift gate right next to her thing, so... Alright, Black Legion docks, we can go do that. Or the Black Iron docks, sorry. Let's go talk to Yvonda. Where are you? There you are. So, I won't touch you. You're looking for something, you lost a note, I'll find your note. There we go. We're going to go and find her note, which is very close to where I left this rift gate, which is nice. We'll have to go kind of back the way I came up this way. See it on the map now. And here we go. So Yvonda's chest. Give me chest. Yvonda's memory. Now what we can do here... I'm just going to do it. You can give it back to her, and she will give you an exalted stash. Or you can do what I'm about to do, and unlock her secret stash location, and just take the stash. So, I mean, do you want to get the good reward or the bad reward, basically? Or you can do what I'm actually going to do, which is option 3, where you go in there, you open the loot room. Don't go in yet, sorry. You open the loot room, you bring her note back to get the good ending, and then you already unlocked it, so you just go back and loot all her stuff anyway. So definitely the third more evil option, or maybe not evil, but certainly self-serving. It is a long run though, so a lot of the time I don't bother. Because, I mean, you saw how long it took to get here. And we can just run down here. Priest. Where is it? Da, 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 da. It's in here. Ah, there it is. Okay, so doors open. Let's go back to town. And assuming I haven't, you know, fudged this up, we should be able to talk to her, get the good ending, go back to my rift gate, because I already opened the door, go in, take all this stuff. So, yeah, it's right here. Here's your note. There you go. Bunch of reputation, bunch of XP. Aren't I a good boy? Glad I could help. Now, right? Now we go back in here. And, oh look, the door's still open. The crypt entrance is still open. And we're in Yvonne's hideaway. Alright, let's just loot the place. Now, you're not going to get anything amazing in here. You'll probably get a few blues, maybe one legendary item. This place is usually not worth looting. Not worth the time, I guess, to run out here. It is definitely worth looting. You do get a lot of stuff in here. There is that. So there's a decent number of chances to get something nice. It just doesn't really happen. No, I got, what did I get? 1 or 2 blues? Something like that. Yeah, not a whole lot. But now if we go back to town, in theory, if I've done this right. Yep, here we go. Yvonne's gift. Thank you very much, Yvonne. There we go. So this is an exalted stash, basically. Got a purple out of it, took her entire hideout stash, and just walked away with it. What are you? You're definitely being sold. Okay. So there you go. That's my bad deed for the day. This is a really cool looking rifle too. I like the blade on the end. I'm not going to use it, but I do like the icon there. The art, as it were. Targo's hammer goes in the bin where it belongs. There we go. And so the Mark of the Forbidden, I've got a bunch of those on my all level 100s save, so I'm just going to ditch that. I'm not going to use it on this character, and I have a bunch of them. So, Black Iron Docks. Do we do the Black Iron Docks? We may as well. I'm already kind of halfway there. So yeah, let's just go do it. Let's go do it. Can walk out of here. And like I said, kind of halfway to the docks already. So I need to get to here. And realistically, dynamiting that wall really didn't help at all. Alright, we'll go to the Black Iron Docks first. I probably... we'll see. We'll see how we're doing for time. I may just go kill the council anyway. I definitely should have the quest. Where are we up to? Almost to Revered. By the time we are done with the Black Iron Docks, I will have Revered. I will have XP pots. I might even actually hit level 100 before I finish the campaign, which is very strange. Normally I'm sort of high 80s, low 90s when I finish the campaign, so it would be strange for me if I actually managed to finish the campaign before I finish the XP bar, because that's quite weird. I know I definitely did some farming, but I didn't think I did that much farming. Alright, so welcome to the Black Iron Docks, where we are going full American. We are going to kill everything that moves, and if it doesn't move, we're going to kill it until it does. So the objective in here is literally just kill everybody. Mondrak the Ever-Burning. Unfortunately, he appears to have stopped. Alright, this stuff here actually doesn't matter. You can kill this or not. Makes no difference. I'm going to turn the loot off here for a second, because this is going to be a whole bunch of waves of enemies. So go ahead and curse everybody up. And here we go. And they're just going to keep coming. I think there's 4 or 5 waves. And I've actually lost track of which one I'm up to. So this could be wave 3. It could be wave 4. I'm not sure. I am definitely not standing in the circle of you can't hurt me, that's for sure. Alright, where's Arrakis? There he is. Or Arcanus, or whatever his name is. Okay, he's dead. Let's go ahead and throw some lightning boxes on that thing. Doom Bolt. Everybody is all nice and dead. And one more, Burning Bile here. There we go. Alright, that should be it. That should be my quest complete. Secure the Black Iron Dot. Oh. There we go. Now it's done. And for all of that, I got myself a shield. A cold shield. With +1 to Nightblade. And a couple of blueprints, I guess. What do we get? Spell Shock Tome. Not horrible, but no. And the Mythical Dawn Guard Helmet, which also no. Although that is a lightning set, so you know, could have been worse, I guess. Alright, that's it. That is definitely revered, if not already. We're already... No, we're not quite revered. There's no way this isn't revered. There we go. Okay, so this one is a really important part. Let's grab this quest to deal with the council. I almost certainly will kill them. I'll probably come back at the end and fight them, though. What do we got? All of those I already know. Hiram, every time you come back to town, he will have a shard or a crystal. So if you're short on Aether crystals or Aether shards, you can just farm him for them if you want. But, this is the important part. Now, obviously, I'm not level 90, so I can't use these yet, but the augments from these guys are pretty good. More importantly, though, we have Potion of Clarity. Potion of Clarity is, I'm pretty sure it's half an hour. It might be an hour, actually. I never checked this, so here we go. 60 seconds times, click it, times 60 seconds is, it's an hour. It's not half an hour, it's an hour. These are a little bit XY though. 40,000 bits each. Definitely 6 will be enough. And I'm going to be doing a decent amount of this, probably another half an hour of this episode, so let's go ahead and drink one now. The other thing as well is the mandate here. This one can be put in your shared stash and used by other characters. This will give you a much bigger reputation boost than the Honored one does. The Honored one is 50%. The mandate is 200%, so 4 times the bonus. It's pretty good. Also got some vitality res down here. So you'll love to see those. If you're someone who likes playing alts or second characters, then yeah, you definitely want to get your hands on the XP pots, especially. These are the largest single source of XP increasing gear or potions or anything. Even better than multiple, the full Lokar set plus the Explorer's Pants is not as good as Potion of Clarity. Do I want more in here? Yeah, I kind of want the offensive ability, don't I? OA is at 2400. That's pretty good for not being level 100 yet. Right. Let's get this done. So I'm just going to throw Word of Pain on these guys and keep pushing to about here. Aether Shard. Okay, pretty happy about that. I like Aether Shards. I would have preferred a crystal, but yeah, I'll take it. And I'm heading up the north side here for the, hello, for the first of the events. Ascended Source, I definitely have only seen one of that chess piece, and yeah, it wasn't amazing. Checking here for the totem. Now, this area, getting Nemesis with the Vanguard, or the Ethereal Vanguard, is definitely one of the good ways to farm. Shout out to Ask Numac for this one. If you get Nemesis with them, then you can go into the sewers, head to what's his name? Why do I want to say Gorstack? It's not Gorstack. Let me pull it up here. So into the sewers, around the corner, into Galacros. There we go. I knew it started with G. Into Galacros's little house there. Go ahead and kill him. Kill everything else in that area. And you are likely to get yourself a Nemesis spawn, which Alexander's actually fairly easy if you dodge the meteor. And then you just kill him and take his stuff. You'll end up with a Nemesis Trove plus whatever he drops. So if your build needs the Alexander Pants, he has 2 different monster infrequent pants. And the Nemesis Trove pretty much guarantees you a purple item every time you kill him. Often 2, actually. I think I've had 3 from him as well. Might even be most of the time 3. But really good way to farm if you're a fresh level 100. Most of the time, if you want blue items, then you want to farm treasure troves and totems. And if you want legendary items, then you want to farm Shattered Realm. But if you don't have the gear to be able to farm Shattered Realm fairly deep and also fairly quickly, then totems are going to be better for legendaries as well. Alright, let's go pay us a visit to Valexteria. Get ready to dodge the Sunder Meteor. Let's see if I can actually dodge this one. Yep, there we go. It's because there's only one big one, and it's a bit slower. Alright, there we go. That's the end of her. Didn't drop me a Krieg's item. Ascendant Cowl? Okay. Yeah, we got the quite rare pet helmet, and somehow still didn't manage to get a second jacket, which is, you know, it's fine. Why can't I Doombolt him? There we go. I was spamming W for a good second or two. Just didn't want to do it. Alright, here is our last vent. I'll just have to walk around there and actually click on it. The Bramblewood Amulet's going to be, what, +1 to Shaman, right? +1 to Shaman, Mark of Torment, yeah. I don't know what's going on with the Doombolt. I pretty much have to hold W. Not push it, just hold it. Alright, welcome to the Infestation. The second last area, I think. Third last area if you're counting the boss room. Will I bother with all the hidden loot? Probably not in here. Maybe some of it. We will also be getting some skill points for quest rewards in here, because the other U is now available. Actually, let's go pick that up. So if you head down here, we have one of the witches. Normally I can remember this name. Normally it's one I can remember, but today I've forgotten. Sia Rugia, there we go. Lay on the crazy, love. Alright, so the other U. We have to find the other U that Sia Rugia is talking about. It's an ethereal. It's actually the ethereal that possessed us in the opening cutscene. And we go and kill her. This area, by the way, is much easier to navigate if you have Blitz or Shadow Strike, because all these idiots standing in the doorways, it kind of doesn't matter because you just blitz past them. I'm gonna kill a few of these though. I do like the loot, but also they're just kind of in the way. There we go. I guess we can, speaking of loot, we can probably just go in here and grab the flesh warped spoils. It's effectively the equivalent of the usual hidden spoils chest. 2 items, a bunch of bits. Sometimes the items will be nicer than green, but they're at least green. Okay, let's head on in here. We have an ethereal to kill. Fortunately for us, though, she does want to have a chat at the start here, so you don't have to just fight her out of nowhere. All right, here we go. You know what? Let's just kill her. Can we just stand in the meteor swarm and not die? Yeah, probably could. All right, so Illustria the Mind Thief. We'll throw all of the buttons at her. We'll stand in the bad, and boom. All right, 1 skill point. Illustria's orders, death right handguards, couple blues. Okay, both gloves. Eastern gloves pretty good for Trojan Sky Shard. In fact, that entire set is just a Trojan Sky Shard set. And we got a free skill point out of that, plus the 2 from the level up. So Blood of Drig now capped. That's all of my offensive ability. A whole bunch of regen, actually. That's quite a significant bit of regen there. And I think probably I want to... I think I want Steel Resolve next. So this is damage to Chthonics and Eldritch. So the Eldritch will be useful coming up with Forgotten Gods. And we are pretty much done here. I think there may be another chest over here, is there? There is not. Alright, that's fine. So we'll push on. How is my Aether resistance? Actually, it's 40% over. Yeah, I don't need to worry about that. Lightning is also good. So we can just go kill the boss. It's not going to be exactly that easy, but it's more or less going to be exactly that easy. Alright, definitely don't need to be fighting all this either. I can just walk past these guys. There is a chest up here, another Flesh Warp Spoils, but I'm going to leave that one. And we'll head down to the Fleshworks. So basically 3 more bosses, or... No, they are bosses, aren't they? Yeah, 3 more bosses to fight. Speaking of, here he is. The man, the myth, the legend, Hagelvar, the Bone Monger. Yeah, we're just going to kill him. So he is half of the key that opens the lock on the door for the actual Act boss here. I don't know why these guys are suddenly annoyed. And I did pick up the Spellstalker's leg wraps. Now, I remember these being okay, but now that I'm looking at them, they kind of suck, if I'm being honest. It would allow me to swap some Aether Res for Chaos, but I don't need either of them, so yeah, that's fine. Let's go whack Krieg again. So this is where Warden Krieg went after we killed him. So he's in here experimenting on all of these women tied to the walls, which is not creepy at all. And now we killed him for real. Maybe. Burn it down. There we go. I'm not saying this is not creepy, but it's definitely creepy. Anyway, we've put them out of their misery. The area is called the Womb for a reason. This is where the ethereals are coming from, hence the flesh works. And I've got one more guy I need to find. I need to get my hands on the other star on the map. He's likely down here in the bottom corner, but not 100% for sure. So I'm expecting in this next little open area. Yeah, he's not here. I was about to say there he is, but no, he's actually not here. That's alright. Orwell's revolver. Lightning pistols. After I just got done saying how there just aren't any lightning pistols. I should have said there aren't any monster infrequent lightning pistols. Alright, so Rodalga, the Flesh Collector, is the other half of the key into the boss room. And we are going to take him out as well. There's nothing to pick up, by the way, you just have to kill him. For all his gloves, whatever. Okay, so at this point, the only thing that we have left to fight is Theoden himself. Let's just see if anyone comes up here. Doombolt on... You gotta let me finish my threats, guys. Doombolt on the first person who gets here. Alright, so what do we want out of our character before we get in there? Well, honestly, this is ultimate difficulty. You should have all of your resistances maxed and, yeah, decently overcapped. 100% is too much. Basically means that a lot of my resistances just aren't doing anything. But I think I just go kill him. Aether and Lightning are the two resistances you want most. But, yeah, I think we just kill him. I'm not expecting to have to dodge anything. I am expecting to just stand in front of him and blow him up. So let's find out if I'm correct. Now, he does have some friends here, but I kind of don't care. Again, the Circle of You Can't Hurt Me basically negates a lot of his smaller damage. And the biggest stuff, well, the only thing I'm going to dodge is his final form has a bit where he jumps up into the air. So I will try and dodge that, not stand in the goop. I think you'll find that you are the one who is ending here. Alright, nearly there. Nearly third phase. There we go. Oh, he sunders. Alright, so same thing here. I basically just hold W. W for the win. When he jumps up into the air, and also when he does that, then I want to dodge, but mostly that one. Alright, so I should just be able to kill him now. I don't think I have to dodge another one. He's doing a whole lot of smack talk here for a dead man. Yeah, you know what? I'm sundered, and I just don't care at this point in the fight. I actually... I wasn't standing in the circle of You Can't Hurt Me. It had timed out. Alright, that's fine. So Bounty Hunter's Hat, we got a double rare Menacing Gloves of Caged Souls. Nadan's Reach is one of those weird piercing swords for... is this what I was thinking of? Yeah, Ring of Steel, yeah. There's a pretty good build you can make with that. But not really something I'm interested in here. Alright, that's it. Act complete. I guess we could go kill the council. Which, we'll go turn this in first. Get some XP and such. Didn't actually level from doing that. It's questionable. Alright, half a level, more or less. And we got the Court of Violent Decay, which It's unfortunate that Hiram's getting a new belt. These sorts of things you can definitely hang on to if you start hoarding purple gear. Could be very useful for any characters you want to play later. Generally speaking, when I'm making a new character, I don't look at the gear I have stashed and then go, oh, I could make this. Usually I find a character and then I farm the gear for it, rather than having the gear and then making the character to use it. But other people do other things, and that's fine. Okay, and I guess this will be level 90. Alright, there we go. I've destroyed the factory. You are probably right. Thank you for 2 mutagenic ichors. They will be very useful. Right, so back to Inquisitor. Let's go ahead and chuck some more in here. Actually, what do I get out of that? 14, 15. Yeah, we're still getting 1% per point, so keep putting points in there. And let's go kill the council. I think this will be the last thing I do today. Pushing an hour already, so we'll just get the council. Well, actually, I say I'll just get the council. They are a little rippy. So maybe the council's going to get me. We will find out. So there's a whole bunch of junk here. You can definitely kill all that if you want. Same with this stuff here. I am going to rush through this a little bit. So there's a lot of trash in here. What do we got here? Bleeding damage. Okay. Kind of don't care about bleeding damage. Being in damage over time, it will be largely negated by the circle of you can't hurt me, which is good. Okay, and we're coming up on... I mean, I guess I'll stop on the other side of this bridge and kill everything. So, kind of here. Now, the trick with the council is to either get them all low and then kill them all together, or you do it one at a time, and it's largely going to come down to where are they standing. A lot of the time you're going to have to kill them separately. So you'll start seeing crystals orbiting around them in a little bit here. The crystals are damage reduction. Oh, no. So, okay, yeah. So he gets them when they die. Alright. So basically Draven Cole here, the last man standing, gets a bunch of buffs from those crystals. There'll be some trash on the other side of the wall there. Probably got those buffs as well. That's fine. Draven Cole is dead. There he goes. I'm going to Doombolt the floor he was standing on just to make sure. And then we can grab all this stuff here. So, council report. I guess I didn't kill the council in normal. That makes sense. I probably didn't have the reputation for the quest. Alright, and these guys all have crystals as well. Usually that means they are incredibly resilient for trash mobs. Turns out Doombolt doesn't care, they just die in one hit anyway. We do get some kind of nice chests here though. Unholy Visage of the Covenant, or Covenant of the Unholy Visage, or whatever it was. Pet stuff, right? Yeah. Occultist, Hellhound, etc. Alright, there we go. So that is the entire expansion pretty much done on Ultimate Difficulty. So yeah, definitely going to be starting Forgotten Gods in the next episode, but we can go turn this in, see what we get. Corinia here, yes, they are no more. I actually don't have any questions. The Will of Bismail, okay. +1 to Occultist Amulet. Pet stuff, yeah, no. What do we get there, actually? The Fiend's Scale with pet bonuses. Okay, so they're additional pets that you can summon. Cool. Pet stuff, lovely. All right, like I mentioned, that is going to be the end of this episode, so I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next and potentially last episode. But yeah, that's it for now. Bye for now.